Awesome.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Masters of the Underground. As always, I'm your host and friendly neighborhood psychopath, the Illusionist. I still don't know when I came up with that, or how I came up with that, or why I'm still going by that, but we're here. Today, I am joined by the one and only Beth Hubbard, another artist from Big Condo Records, all the way over in the UK, across the pond, as we say. I think that's what we say.
Yeah, that's the one.
Something close to that.
Something that
Something around
resembles
there.
it. Yeah.
But I'm super excited for this interview because you were going to be the first artist on the show. Well, maybe the second, because I have an interview. I'm recording your interview before another interview, but that interview is
Yeah.
supposed to go up Monday. I've had to reschedule that interview 3 times
Oh
just
no.
between them and me. But so
Yeah.
you'll be the second artist that's a non-rap artist on the show because most of the people
Cool.
that we interview are like underground hip hop and rap and stuff
No
like
way.
that.
I
Yeah,
feel honored. I'll take that title.
yeah, and I like you're considered, what was it,
Yeah,
folk
folk,
pop?
pop, that kind of vibe. It depends. Some days it's more folky, some days it's more poppy,
Yeah,
It depends on the day. But yeah, I'd say folk pop's probably a good place to put me.
I like it though because it's expanding my horizons.
Yeah,
I like
definitely.
to
Give me
branch
something
out.
different. That's what we
Yeah, and
like.
the song that we played at the beginning of this episode is your new single that's coming out. I think this episode is gonna come out like the week of the single. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
that's
if I timed
perfect.
it
Great
right. So
timing.
because my episodes go up every Monday, and I think this is going up the 20. Let's see, my birthday's the 27th,
Is
which is
it
Saturday
20th, 21st,
23rd. It's either 22nd
23rd?
or 23rd, whatever
Yeah, that's the
Monday
same
that is.
week.
Yeah, it's the same week.
Either way, that's perfect. What a great way to start the week for the release.
Yeah,
So
and it's called
awesome.
Nothing New.
That
I've
is
listened to
correct.
it. My wife has listened to it because I actually
Oh
played it in
wow.
the car, so she got into it as well. She really liked the sound
Nice.
of your voice, which is
Oh,
awesome.
good. I'm glad.
And we both thought it was like the perfect, almost summertime track. Now
Yeah.
we're nearing fall now, but I don't care.
No,
It's the
that's fine.
perfect
That still works. It still works.
it's the perfect track to just roll down the windows and go for a drive to. Like that's how
It
it felt.
absolutely is. Yeah, no, I'm glad you feel that. That was kind of part of the inspiration behind it with the like the dun 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 dun, You've got
Yeah,
the window down, you're going for a drive, so I'm glad you liked it.
yeah, and it's a romantic vibe.
Yeah,
Obviously, at least that's what I
definitely.
got from it. So,
Oh
is
yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of where your
heavily so.
inspiration came from?
Yeah, so if anybody's ever listened to any of the other things that I've released, they all kind of have a similar theme, and it's very woe is me, I'm heartbroken. Whereas this song kind of sort of sees the reflection on the side that even though it's about somebody you go back to, that toxic past relationship, that even
Mm,
though you know it's no good for you, you can't help but go back to it. And it's a bit of a reflection that even though you're doing that, you know you're doing it, that kind of thing.
yeah,
So it definitely is a bit of a bittersweet feeling, but it's also nothing new. I'm used to it. This is what the game we play, that kind of
yeah.
thing.
And it's kind of nothing new for most people because most people have gone through it. So,
This is it. This is absolutely it. I feel like there's a relatability to it that a lot of people will listen and be like, "Oh, I've done that too." But you all have to make mistakes to get through to the good part, don't you? So,
yeah, and that's always how you know you're onto something with your music too. I was saying this with several
mm,
episodes is when you can relate to your audience or to your
yeah.
listeners through what you're doing. And a lot of times, relationship drama, whatever, always seems to be the one that hits on people the most.
Literally, I feel like it's even though it's a little cliche in itself, like that comes from somewhere. People have been through the same thing. So I kind of hope when they listen to it, they feel like they're being heard or, they
Yeah,
don't feel so alone knowing that, we've all done it. So
yeah. Like for me, I like to think I listen to a different song depending on what kind of mood I'm in.
oh
Literally
yeah,
just a song for everything.
literally. And I guess that's the best thing about music is it doesn't matter what mood it is, you can always match it to some song.
Yeah, and I'm assuming for you, like it is with me or with artists in general, a lot of times the music is like your therapy as well.
Yeah,
Does that apply to you?
definitely. Whether I'm listening to it or whether I'm writing it, it definitely helps me. I mean, sometimes I feel like writing in the moment sometimes is the better of the two. And then sometimes I'm like, do you know what? I just want to listen to a song, either have
Yeah,
a cry or put something happy on to boost my mood. I think music's definitely very powerful in that way.
yeah, and there's definitely the angry songs out there too. The roar.
Oh God,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
absolutely.
have
You give
those
me
on every once in a while.
every
Pissed
so
off today
often,
at work? Let's throw this on.
literally, anytime that happens, I'm like, put some Slipknot on, let's go, let's
Yeah,
see how this feels.
I'm usually like I
Definitely.
think Demon Hunter is usually for some reason my
Oh yeah.
go-to, but
The
I don't
heavier the
listen.
better.
Yeah, I don't listen to a lot of like the screaming metal. My metal
Yeah.
upbringing was more through my dad, so it was more of like
Mm.
80s power metal, Iron
Yeah, I
Maiden,
feel you. Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
stuff. So like if I'm really into feeling the anger, it's got to be like maybe some Disturbed, which I haven't listened to Disturbed in a while. I
Yeah,
don't even know
no,
if they're
me
still doing
neither.
music,
But
but
yeah, I get the genre. It's very kind of heavy guitars and it feels right in the moment, doesn't it?
yeah, it's just certain times that growling, screaming, I'm like, okay, I can only do like a minute. You need to calm down
Yeah, I
now.
need a minute. And then I'm like, okay, let's put something on that's got lyrics. I feel you.
Yeah, and then what I like about Demon Hunter is they'll have a song like that, but then they'll have another song that's just a ballad.
Yeah,
Like it's just straight, and those are my favorite songs for them because you're like you hear the
literally.
guy scream and then you hear the guy sing and you're like, this is the same guy. Like I didn't
I
know I could
know.
sing
It's a
like this.
bit of depth, bit of diversity in the song. Always helps. Always helps.
Yeah, and I followed your subscribed to your YouTube channel for my
Oh, thank you
gaming
so
channel.
much.
So I saw that you were doing a lot of covers, but then I saw that your music on your channel was going back like 8 or more years. So I was like, oh
Yeah,
wow, she's actually been doing this a long
a
time.
long, long time. Yeah, I've been doing things here probably for I'm trying to think about it. So I started doing music and things when I was about 15, maybe, and like I'm
Right.
30 in 3 or 4 months. So it's been like half my life. In terms of like actual sort of gigging on the scene, like consistently, it's probably only in the last 4 or 5 years I've really sort of pushed myself.
Right.
But yeah, music's been a big part of my life since I was little. But in terms of actually performing, yeah, if you go on my YouTube, you'll find like videos that are nearly like 10 years old. It's wild.
Yeah, it was like one of the first ones I saw, and I clicked on it, and I was like, "Oh, this is 8 years old." I didn't
Yeah,
even
like
realize.
literally
Yeah,
so
I was
so
like, "Oh
long
wow."
ago. But as I get older as well, I feel like time goes so much quicker, and I'm like, where has all
Oh,
this time gone? But at least I have like a nice catalog of things to look back on, which is also kind of nice at the same time.
yeah. Unfortunately, I got bad news for you. Now that you're in the 30s, it's only going to go faster.
Oh no,
I'm
this is the
39.
worst.
I'm 39 in like 2 weeks. So
No
it's like
way. Oh
every
gosh.
year, it's like I start the year off all happy, and next thing I know, it's September, and I'm like,
You
"Wow."
blink and then you're like, oh wow, okay, where did that go?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
next
it
year is
seems
going to
that
be the
way.
scary one when I hit 40. And I'm like,
Oh
"Oh
my gosh.
no, I'm 40."
Well, we all have to do it eventually, I guess.
Yeah, luckily you're
That's the
only
thing.
30. You still got 10 years before you hit
I've
the
still got
40
10 years.
mark.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
There's a lot
no.
you can
Well,
do in 10 years too with music.
Well, my hope is that at least within that time period, I get some music done, and that's at least part of my goal.
Yeah, for sure. You're already starting on that path. I saw that
Yeah,
you're also working on a music video for the song, or is that already
yeah.
finished? It's just it
So
hadn't
the
come out
music
yet.
video has been all filmed. As far as I'm aware, it's just in the editing stage, just a few tweaks here and there. But I watched like the rough cut the other day, and it looks really, really cool. We did it in a whole evening in Liverpool,
Nice.
like near the docks area, because obviously it's a port city. So yeah, it's really cool. We've got a couple of different locations in it. I won't give too much away, but I'm really excited for that to drop. I think it
Yeah.
definitely fits the vibe of the song really well.
I love music videos, so I'll be all
Oh
over that
yeah,
when that drops. Like as soon as I saw that the Donald Reby one dropped, I was like, wait, like we were
I
because
must
I
see this.
literally yeah, well, I did the interview with them. I was like, are you guys gonna do a music video? And they didn't really talk on it. And now I know why, because they were
Because
already
it was
doing
already
it.
like on its way. Yeah,
Yeah, they didn't want to
literally.
say it yet. And they
Yeah,
killed it.
no.
The visuals were
Yeah, they
really cool
did.
with that as
The
well.
visuals were really, really cool. Yeah, yeah. They put some cool stuff together. So I'm really lucky to work with a team that can not only get them out in like such a great amount of like time, like you feel like, let's get it done. Let's go do this
Yeah.
right now. Because you kind of want that sort of motivation, don't you? So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, I'm really looking forward for that to drop. So it should be a good
That's
combo.
And that's definitely what I'm sensing from Big Condo in general is that you're all
Yeah, yeah.
hard workers and you're it seems like
Oh
every
God,
week
yeah.
I'm finding a new artist from the label too. So that's like
Lich
throwing me I'm like slow down. I can't
Legit,
keep up.
honestly. It's great. It's one thing I will say about the work ethic is that not only is everybody so hardworking, but they really enjoy what they do as well. So that
Yeah.
really makes it so much easier. But yeah, everybody's grinding, everybody's there to try and make a difference. And I think it really shows.
It really does. And it's good through everything. The interviews, the
Yeah.
music, everything. Like it just
Oh, no, I'm
I
glad you
like
enjoy it.
connecting with people. Like I've said this numerous times on the show, my listeners know by now, but I like connecting with people who are just really into what they're doing.
Yeah,
Like when
definitely.
I decided to bring the show back, the show was gone for 8 years.
Mm.
So like when I started back this year, I literally started back from scratch. So it's
No
after
way. Oh
8 years,
gosh.
it's not like I'm like I had these cool banners behind me and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But it's like most people either are going to be new to the show or maybe some returning listeners. I don't know because
Mm.
8 years is a long time.
It is a long
But
time. A lot's happened since then.
but
Yeah.
my whole thing was like I want to shift the focus because there's a lot of music that seems to be getting through where it's just that
Yeah.
mainstream stuff I'm just not into at all anymore.
No, it's very
It's
hit and
just
miss. And
yeah, it's
sometimes
a
it can
lot
be
of it
kind of
is
formulaic and stuff, isn't it? So.
Yeah, and like especially when it comes to like the hip hop part of the scene, it just feels like
Mm.
it's falling apart to me. So I was
Oh
like,
no.
I want to
Ugh.
just shift back to the people that deserve to get some of that spotlight. Because
Yeah,
a lot of times
definitely.
the independent artists like y'all or Dono and Reedy, they get drowned out by all of the big stuff,
You're absolutely
and it
right.
drives
It's
me
always the
nuts.
case. Yeah, me too. And especially like when you're on the, when you're on the ground, when you're on the foot level with everybody, and you just see how talented they all are, but they don't always get the recognition they
Yep.
deserve. So it's nice to have like radio stations like yourself that's like, nah, let's give the people on the ground like their opportunity to show just how good they are. So I really, really appreciate that people make that time for us.
Yeah, it's what I love doing because I'm like I enjoy talking to people. This is like my
Mm.
interaction with the world because well,
Yeah.
you've heard about the stuff going on in my area, like
Oh
cops like
gosh,
every
yeah,
other day
like
and stuff like that. So it's like I don't have a lot of interaction. It's like go to work, come home, stay in my little apartment because I don't want to know
literally,
what's going
yeah.
on outside my apartment.
Oh, bless you. That's not what you want. Well, at least you've got this. Like, I think that's the power of the internet in this day and age as well with music, is you can have a radio station from like where you are and use
Yeah.
that to like network and reach out to other musicians. So it's really cool.
Yeah, especially for podcasting because the
Yeah,
podcasting is
definitely.
pre-recorded. It's a lot easier. When I first started the show, I did used to do live. I did like a live radio type thing. It was on a site
Hmm.
called Mixler,
Yeah.
but then it just started becoming more and more expensive, and I just decided to stop paying it. So
Yeah. Nah, and who needs it?
yeah, I'm
I
like
think
Zoom gives me 40-minute free meetings, and we'll just go from there. And it
that's the
also
best place
lets me
to
do
start.
video now. So now I'm able to upload the audio version on Spotify and then have
Yeah.
the video for the YouTube channel. So I'm like, this
Oh,
works
yeah.
better.
It's a win-win. It's a
And
win-win.
and video is better anyway because we get to meet each
Yeah.
other face to face. It always feels like a more
Absolutely.
personal connection.
I know it doesn't feel as like disjointed, does it? It's like you actually talking to a real person, which I quite
Yeah.
enjoy. So
I mean, it was still technically the same on the audio because they would call in from the phone, so it was like talking on the phone. But I still there's
yeah,
something
but
different about the video.
yeah, it does. It feels like you're actually having a proper conversation, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot more fun that way, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
So another question: how did you get? So you said you started when you were 15. What
Mm.
initially drew your interest? Like, was there a specific band that you were just like, oh, I want to do that, or was it just
Yeah.
like music in general or an instrument?
I guess it's like a bit of everything without sounding like super like cliche, like I say.
Right.
So both my parents are really musical. So from a young age, I was always listening to different genres, like you say, from rap to pop to old school soul. You give me like a genre of music. I
Nice.
I was raised on it. So I always enjoyed doing that and I've always enjoyed singing along. But when I was about 10, I picked up my first guitar and I got lessons. And at that point I was like, oh right, I can make this music or like I can play a song I like and it doesn't matter where I am. I can do this myself. And I think that
Right.
kind of sort of awakened something in me. But I'd say it was probably like around the time of like 14 and 15 when I joined like a youth musicy group in the town where I grew up.
Nice.
And they sort of facilitated, yeah, it was really great. They facilitated a space for 13 to 18-year-olds to come together, learn some music. And then at the end of every sort of quarter of the year, we'd put on like a little show for the town. So it was a really great space to not only sort of build your confidence, but allow you to kind of understand music and develop your writing if that's what you wanted to do, or practice your playing abilities. And I think at that point, I was like, do you know what? This is something that not only do I feel like I'm capable of doing, but I just really, really enjoy.
Right.
And since then, it's just been a really big part of me and using music as an outlet to, well, either rant about somebody or, it's
Yeah.
kind of like a diary, like lots of diary entries in the forms of songs. So it's definitely something I use cathartically too, I think.
Yeah, that's really cool. And it seems like that was a good sense of community building as well. Like,
Oh,
let's get
yeah, for
everybody together
sure.
and do like a show at like whatever time, a month or
Yeah,
whatever. That's kind of cool.
it's great. The town that I'd say for the best part, I was raised in. I moved when I was quite young there, but for the most part of my adolescence, when I was there, the town's a little bit of a sleepy hollow. So it was really great to have this space for everybody to come together and just meet like-minded young musicians and be like, oh, we like the same sort of stuff, or we might not go to the same school, but this is a cool place for us to jam and
Right.
network, I guess, as a youth in the music scene. So
Yeah,
it definitely was great for my formative years in that respect.
that's really cool. So did you learn was guitar just your main instrument or do you play any other instruments? Like I was
I play.
wondering if you
Well, I say I play them. I'm not. I'm a little bit of a novice on them. I'm not fantastic.
right.
So I can play the ukulele because it's not terribly dissimilar to guitar. A
Nice.
bit of bass because it's just root notes. So I'm lucky in that respect. But I always wanted to learn the drums, but my parents wouldn't let me have a kit because where I lived, we lived in terraced housing. So you've got houses next to houses, all
Oh,
joined
yep.
in. And I had somebody who worked nights. She was a nurse on one side, and then I had an elderly gentleman who lived in the house next door.
Oh,
So
yeah.
drums was
Drums were
always,
bad.
yeah. My parents were like, nah, not happening. So a little bit of piano maybe here and there, but yeah, predominantly guitar. That's pretty much where my heart lies.
That's funny because that would have been my next question. Would have been if you played the drums too.
I would have loved
It
to.
would have been
I still think to myself, like, oh, maybe I should get a kit. And I'm quite lucky where I live at the moment. I live with a friend and he is a drummer and he has a kit.
nice.
But I never think to be like, can I just like sit and play on your kit? So maybe I'm my own worst enemy. Maybe I should just do it and pick up the sticks and
Yeah, I
go
mean,
at it, you know?
you give the vibes of someone who could do both guitar and drums. I don't know why, but this is the vibe I got.
I'll take that. I'll take that. Yeah. I think I guess rhythm, I'm all right with my hands. So like my arms
Right.
have the rhythm, but I can't dance. I've got no rhythm in my legs. So maybe the kick drum, I just have to take that out of the equation and just
Yeah,
work the
just
snare.
do the
It's a
cymbals and the
snare and the
snare.
cymbals, literally. Yeah, I think that'd maybe be best.
And then next thing you know, you're like suddenly now you're making hip hop beats because that all
Oh
stems
gosh.
from drums and then
Yeah,
it
it's
leads
all
into
like
other
trap
things.
beat, isn't it? And that kind of thing. So yeah, maybe that's where it all lies. Maybe that's my next direction of where I go musically.
Yeah, that's the fun thing about music is you can go any direction you
Oh
want.
yeah,
It's
definitely.
like it's basically whatever artistic direction you want to go, that's where you go off on.
Yeah, I think that's one of the cool things I like. So I would say, we were talking about I'm sort of like a folk pop artist. I love, like I said, a different range of different things. So whether that's rock or whether that is even like ska music or a bit of
Right.
rap, if you were to feature on for something else and do the vocals for a chorus part, I'm really happy to try different things because I think as long as you enjoy the song, as long as it's good music, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what you're doing. I guess in terms of building a brand, obviously it makes sense to stay within your sort of your realm, but I don't see why
Right.
we can't sort of push the boundary of what you make musically. I think it's really important to experiment with different sounds and see how it goes, really.
Yeah, it can really work. Some of my favorite
Mm.
rappers have done where they've done straight rap, but then they've done something that's just completely the opposite. Like,
Yeah. And you don't
I'm
expect
gonna
it, do
sing on
you?
this song and it's gonna have more of a rock vibe and be completely opposite. And it's like, you know what?
Literally,
I
yeah.
respect it and I really like the way this sounds.
Sometimes you get the best songs as well when you don't realize you're like, do you know what? I'll give it a go. And then because it's so out of your comfort zone, you end up doing something and being like, I didn't even know I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's very gratifying in that respect.
Yeah, I think that's what happened with one of my favorite underground artists was they were straight rap and then they started doing more rock metal vibes and
Yeah.
now it's like they kind of alternate between the two and I was like, "Oh, they realized they really like doing these rock metal
Yeah,
vibes
this is
now."
it.
And some people are like, "Oh, we only like the old stuff. We hate this new stuff." And I'm like, "Oh my goodness, go away."
You can
Go
never win
away.
everybody over. I think as like musicians over time. Someone asked me recently, it was like, do you see yourself changing musically over your career or whatever your time period is? I was like, probably, yeah. I mean, like,
Right.
depending on what you write about, you have different influences, things going on in your life, which obviously like influence the things you write and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think you should just move with emotions. If your things and your sounds change, just go with the flow. You can always go back to what you started with if you ever want to.
Yeah, that can apply to anything as well. Because
Yeah, definitely.
I've done YouTube and then started streaming and stuff like off and on for years. And
Mm.
I've done like three different YouTube channels over the years. Like once it was taste test, and now it's like more of the gaming content.
Yeah, yeah,
And then it's like I kind of bounce between the two. So it's like you can do that. It's like it just
yeah,
depends on what vibe. The only
yeah.
problem with
This is
doing
it.
it for YouTube is you have to complete a completely new channel if you want to. Like you
That is
can't
that.
do YouTube is like, no, you can't do taste test and gaming on the same channel. We're not gonna like it.
That's
You have
so
to pick one or
stupid.
the other. It drives me
I don't know.
nuts. Because I
That would
tried to
drive me
do
nuts.
everything on the same channel, and then I did a reaction channel for like paranormal and horror videos for a while.
Love it.
So it was like, well, that was originally the Taste Test channel,
Yeah.
and then I changed the name of the channel and just like completely revamped the channel. But what ticked me off about it was like an idiot, I like deleted over like 300 videos I had on that old
No.
channel, and I'm like, I
Oh,
should have just stayed on
just
that channel
kept
for
them and
everything, and
yeah.
then because now it's like trying to grow now on YouTube is nearly impossible.
It's so difficult. I feel you. Like I try and post as often as I can just to, keep the momentum going. And if people
Yeah.
come into my channel, they see that I'm regularly posting and stuff. But yeah, building a following on YouTube is not the way it used to be. It's so much harder than it used to
Yeah,
be.
it's rough, especially because mine is gaming content. So I'm doing
Yeah.
like gaming, like let's plays and stuff, which is cool. The
Yeah.
people that watch that
Yeah.
take the time to watch it are like, oh, we enjoy what you're watching. It's just trying to get your name out there. It's
Oh, yeah.
convoluted because
It
everybody
is a
has a gaming
battlefield.
YouTube channel nowadays. So like the
This is
people,
it.
it's either the people that are solidified or like maybe one little off chance that one of my YouTube
It
shorts
goes
suddenly
through.
hits.
Yeah,
which is
that's
how it's
it.
been going. It seems like they've been pushing for short form content on there
Oh
because
yeah, that's one thing I will say. Like in terms of long form content, it's unless you're getting regular people coming in, or like you say, you've got a big fan base or
right,
subscriber base, no one's really watching it. I do find that the short form content on Google Shorts, not Google, well, I guess it is
YouTube
Google,
Shorts.
but
It
you know,
is
YouTube
Google. It's all
Shorts,
the same
it's all
company.
it's all Google. It's either Google or Apple or whatever. But yeah, I have found that actually they generally get better reception or in terms of views than I've found with the long form content. But
Yep.
sometimes it's just about funneling people to the right video, isn't it? So
Yeah, I found that too because like I said, I was gone from YouTube for like a few months because we were moving and all that kind of stuff.
yeah,
So I
yeah, yeah.
wasn't. So that kind of hurt the channel in general.
Of
You go away
course,
for
yeah.
months at a time, unless you're like some huge YouTuber where it doesn't affect their millions of viewers. But
We should be so
yeah,
lucky.
when you're a small channel, you go away for a couple months, you come back, and nobody knows you came
No
back.
one's that. Yeah,
So
no,
it's
it's
like
so
I'll do
awful.
like a full like let's say I just uploaded the Hollow Knight Silt song game that just came out yesterday. Okay, so that main view that's like or video that's like 28 minutes got like 3 views on it. Now it might go up over time, but I upload a short from the same video and it's over like 1,000, like the same
Yeah,
day.
this is it.
It's like
Is
that's where I was like, oh
it's
yeah,
like
they're
where's
pushing
the
for short
logic?
form.
Yeah, it's crazy. I guess all we can do is just hope that the short form is enough to sort of people be like, oh, I liked that. I'm gonna go watch the whole video.
Yeah, so that's what I started doing was with the short
Yeah,
form. I link to the actual video in case they want to like, go watch the
yeah.
rest
It's
of
the
it.
best thing you can do for
But a
sure.
lot of times the videos I'm posting are like me doing stupid stuff, and like I think the one was from Gears of War, and somebody was like, "Bro, you play like a bot," and I was like, "You know what? You're not wrong.
You're
Like
not wrong.
I'm pushing 39. The older I get, the worse I get, and yet I'll never stop playing video games."
Hey, that's what they're there for. They're there to enjoy. They're there to play.
Yeah, it's like how music is for you. That's like how gaming
Yeah,
is for me. That's like my escape from reality type
yeah,
of situation.
definitely,
Music,
definitely.
gaming, TV shows. I find that's a thing too. TV shows can hit different depending on what kind of vibe you're into. Like I
Literally.
literally have shows I call my depression shows where I hit when I'm in depression, I watch this show and it's
Yeah,
sad and it fits my vibe, but for whatever reason, it helps me get through it.
yeah, sometimes you just like when you need to be sad, just let yourself be sad. Watch a sad show, listen to a sad song, play a game that's a bit, you know, a bit more heart wrenching. Or
Yeah,
like when you're happy, play something that makes you feel upbeat, or listen to a song, or like you say, watch something on telly that makes you laugh. Like that's
yeah,
I'm a firm believer of letting yourself feel how you need to feel in the moment because in the
yeah.
long run, it just makes you feel better, I think.
Yeah, that's what I like to say is I watch it until I'm like, okay, I need to stop being sad now, and then
Yeah.
then I'll change it.
I'm
Like
literally the same.
I think the
Yeah.
first show that did that to me was Arrow because I watched it when it was on Netflix, but then I just
Mm,
couldn't stop watching it because I got so attached to the characters. But I was going through
yeah.
depression at the same time, and that show has a
Uh,
lot of depressing themes in it,
it can be heavy.
a
Yeah.
lot of
Heavy,
dark
heavy
stuff.
stuff.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
are you into like comic book style stuff at all as
So I've
well?
never really dabbled. I liked comic books a bit when I was younger. I used to read a lot of the comic books for like existing cartoon shows. So like The Simpsons used to do comic
Nice,
books or Adventure Time comic books. I used to quite like those. And then as I've gotten older, I kind of steered away from it a bit, not deliberately, but one thing I
right?
found that really sparked my interest was all the like Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse and all of this
Yep.
stuff because it's not quite comic booky, but it's got that comic book style about it. And I liked that how all the different artists that they hired, especially in the second film, to do all the different artworks. They were like, go mad, go crazy. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
this is
those
your
films.
they're stunning, like absolutely visually stunning. And they're actually really good. They're really like I feel like it's cartoon and comic book based, but it's done in a way that's really kind of modern. And I think people really were drawn to that. And that makes me want to go sort of read comic books and be
Yep.
like, because I struggle to read. It's kind of, I've got ADHD and I think it's kind of like in one ear and out the other, but visually. So if I'm reading a big book, I'm reading that page like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
with a comic book, I'm like, I've got a visual aid and it's very, yeah, I enjoy that kind of side of things for sure. And I think the Into the Spider-Verse well, it's going to be a trilogy, but that kind of thing was a great way to kind of spark that thing that I used to really enjoy when I was younger, for sure.
I think that's why comic books appeal to me too, because I have
Yeah,
ADHD. So I think
nah.
I don't do a lot of reading. Like I used to
Nah.
read all the time. I used to read,
Mm.
write, and all that stuff, and like
Yeah, I used to
I
write
don't
a lot
really
as
do
well.
that as much. But comic books sometimes they just draw me in, and some of the storytelling that they do in comics books are so good that it's
Oh
like
yeah,
it's
and
crazy.
it's nice in some ways as well, because even though with authors, their brains are fantastic, like what they create in terms of worlds for you to read and kind of make up in your head, that's the kind of the point where I struggle, where if I'm reading it, I can't also create what I need to see in my
Yep.
head. So now I've got like a visual prompt. I'm like, great, I don't have to think about what that looks like. You've kind of filled the blank in for me and I can enjoy the process.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is for me too. And like I'm a big Marvel and DC type person, but then
Yeah.
there's comics like Spawn, stuff like that that I got into over the well, Spawn I think was probably the first comic I actually read. And that was like I was at a doctor's office when I was a kid and Spawn was
No,
there. Probably shouldn't have been at the doctor's office because Spawn is a very M-rated comic, we'll put it this
I
way.
didn't even know that. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's
Well,
violence, nudity, like everything is in Spawn. I
they
probably
probably
shouldn't
didn't
have been
even
reading that
think.
as a kid,
They were
but
probably just like, oh, we'll get some kids' comics. We'll just throw them in. This will probably be fine. And then you found it. But, if it's
yeah.
good, it's good.
Yeah, meanwhile, he was just this demon guy out of hell murdering
I know. You're
murdering
just
other
sat there
villains. You're like,
innocently reading
whoa.
along. Like, this is meant to be a kid's book.
You know what? It might have been a psychiatrist. At that point, that would
Maybe.
have been real
Says a lot,
interesting.
doesn't it? It speaks
Now we know
volumes.
why you're here. This is the one you picked out of all the comics. You
Literally.
picked this
It's a
one. There's
test.
something wrong here.
It must have just been a test. It was a test that you didn't know. Love
Yeah.
it.
All right. So you've been doing. I assume you've been. I completely lost my train of thought. That would
That's
be
all
the
right.
ADHD. I saw that you were on the tour with Dono and Ruby. You opened up for at least one of their
Yeah.
shows on one of their dates.
I did, yeah. So it was the opening night. So where I live, I'm in Liverpool, and I don't know, geography of the UK is great, but where we played was like in between Manchester and Liverpool in a little place called Warrington, and that was the opening night. And it was great. This place that we played at is called Peggy McCool's, which is like an Irish bar, but it also used to be an antique slash furniture shop. So inside it's a
That
bit
sounds awesome.
kooky. Yeah, it's really great. So you can get like a pint of Guinness, but also there's some like old vintage clothing, and also there's a live band. It's a really cool space, and I've played there a few times, but this was really great because loads of people from the label were there. Rebe couldn't make the opening night, unfortunately, because she'd been on holiday and she was getting back the next day. So
Oh
she got to
yeah.
do the other 3 days. But Dono was there, and Emily Colshaw, who's also on our label as well. So
Yep.
it felt like a kind of like a family show in the sense like the Big Condo family, which I really liked. Yeah, that was great. I had a lot of fun. And I think in the videos I completely forgot to take my cap off, because usually I just take my cap off when I'm indoors, and it's got like Kermit the Frog on the front of it. So the content
Nice.
we took, it's just got me there. I think I'm wearing a "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared" t-shirt or something, and I've got this cap on. So it's very branded towards who I am as a
I
person.
would say
But
that could become your thing.
yeah, maybe,
Yeah,
or
you
like
like
different
sneak that
cartoons.
in and
Yeah,
different
definitely.
hats.
Maybe that's my kind of thing. That's where I can go. But yeah, it was a great night, a really good way to launch it. And I was just really thankful that Donna and Rebe wanted me on the tour as well. So yeah, it was a really
Yeah.
great way to set it off, I think.
And I know you can't talk about much, but was your big plan going to be mostly releasing singles, or are you thinking about like an EP or an album? Because I know a lot of times nowadays it seems like singles are just the way to go. It seems like there's people like me that are old school that are like, I want a whole album. But
Yeah,
that
yeah.
doesn't seem like the popular thing for a lot of people nowadays. I don't know
Yeah,
why, but
I think for people of like the millennial generation, and I'm
yeah.
juxed at the end of that. But CDs and all of that and like cassettes, like I used to really enjoy getting something that had like a full load of tracks on it. But you are right. I think in the terms of streaming and all of that, singles are usually the way to go. And I think the idea is probably singles. But there's also that option to sort of waterfall them into an EP. I
Yeah,
think
you
I
can
think
do
it just
that.
yeah, exactly. I think it just depends where things go. So ideally, in an ideal world, working towards an EP would be great, and then maybe working towards an album in the future if
Right.
that goes that way. So I think singles is a good way to start, but I guess it just depends what it evolves into, really, and what the people like and what they want to hear.
Yeah, and that is a cool thing about singles. That once you compile enough singles, you could almost just make them into an EP or an
Yeah,
album if you
definitely.
wanted, and just make
That's
it
what's
like a
good about it.
collection. And then you
Definitely.
could throw in one or two like new tracks on it, so you'd be like, it's not all stuff you've heard. Here's
Yeah,
here's a little bonus.
it's a bonus. It's a bonus track. Like you can
Yeah,
add loads
bonus
of stuff
track,
in. Yeah, definitely. So I hope it goes that way for sure.
and then hopefully you'll be headlining some of your own shows.
I'd love to. So I have got my launch party for said single for the single Nothing New, and that's on the 26th of September, which will be the
Okay.
Friday of the week that this airs, which is great.
Yep.
So that's really nice. I've never had a show that's like my show, if you know what I mean, like
Yeah, that's
celebrating music
awesome.
I've put up. So this is like a really big thing for me. So I'm really thankful. I'm really excited for it, and I'm hoping down the line, with more singles that come out, or if like you say, it turns into an EP, if we could do like a mini tour, that would be awesome. Just to like we were saying earlier, like it's nice to network and meet new
Yep.
musicians and just play and listen to people. Like I really enjoy that. I really enjoy the atmosphere of being at a gig and seeing different bands or different solo artists. So I think it's really exciting, and I'm quite I don't there's like another word for excited. Like I'm just ready, to
Ecstatic? I don't know.
yeah, I know. I'm trying to
I'm
think of
just
words
thinking
and
of a
it's
random
calm.
word.
Yeah, literally. But I'll use the word excited. I am excited to see where it goes because I think, the possibilities are endless. But yeah, a tour would be like a dream. That would be
Yeah,
great.
I was gonna say, what's the next one you can come up with? Hype. That's the word
Yeah,
that a lot
that's
of people
it.
use
That would be
nowadays.
great.
They're hype. That would work.
Yeah,
I'm too
definitely.
old. I'm 39. I can't. I'm too
I
old
think
now.
hype still. I know people say like skibbity and riz, and I'm like, what are you saying? I don't understand. Like these
Yeah,
words mean
well,
nothing to me.
I'm aging myself. I'm not 39 yet, but I will be 39 in a couple
Yeah,
of
it's
weeks.
all right.
I saw
You're as
my
old as
wife
you
look
feel.
at me from she's
And
sitting
it's
over
just
here.
like
She
you're
looked
not
at
you're
me. Yeah,
not
that's
39.
exactly what she did.
Love it. Oh, you're as old as you feel, or at least that's what I keep being
Well, if
told.
that's the
I,
case, I'm a lot older.
I feel that in the morning my back is in bits, and I'm just like,
Mine too.
how am I 29 years old? This is not the body of a 29-year-old.
Yeah,
Definitely
I
not.
wake up in the morning from because I work second shift, so I work 2:15 in the
Yeah,
afternoon and 10:45 at night. So it's like it's a weird shift in general. But then yeah, when I wake up in the morning, gets my lower back, it's just like
it's in
oh.
bits.
People are
Yeah.
like, "Is there a whale next door? What is going on?" Sounds coming
Oh
out of this
no,
room.
it's just my back pain.
Yeah, it's literally just my back pain.
As if, oh,
All
wild.
right, so we've hit the final markers here of the show. I
Wonderful.
hit the 10-minute mark like 2 minutes ago, but I just turned it off. It popped up. But yeah, I want to thank you, Beth, for joining me
No,
today. You were a blast of an interview, as I
thank
expected.
you.
I'm really excited to see more from Big Condo Records and all of the artists that you have over there. Like I said, it seems like every week I'm seeing some new artists pop up over there, so
Yeah, definitely. No,
it's exciting.
it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for talking to me and giving us like, the airwaves to kind of talk about my music and get people to know me a bit better. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, everybody be sure to check out Beth Hubbard. You can find her. I am Beth Hubbard, right, on Instagram.
That is correct. Everywhere, any social platform, basically,
Okay,
I
I
am
was gonna
Beth
say, is
Hubbard.
that your YouTube as well? Is it I am Beth
Yeah,
Hubbard?
I think
Okay.
it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and well, it's not Twitter, it's X now, but I don't really use it
Yeah.
often. But yes, you can find me anywhere you want under
Yeah.
I am Beth
And you are
Hubbard.
on Spotify, but the
I am.
single that's at the beginning of the episode is not out yet. So I'm gonna pretend like it's an exclusive for the show right now because they
I
get
mean,
to
it
hear it early.
is,
But
yeah, you're getting a little taste before it drops.
yeah, a little taste before it drops. But be sure to
Yeah.
check it out. Show all the support to Big Condo Records over in the UK, doing big things. Thank you once again, Beth, for joining me for this episode of Masters of the Underground. And we will catch you all again soon on another episode. Peace out, everybody.